A Louisiana worker fired after dumping water on homeless woman in freezing weather. So let's see. Oh wow, hold on. Is there like audio for this? Oh Jesus. Right in her face. Look at this. Look at that. Hold on. Let me put this in full screen. She literally shot it right into her face. Oh, that's some heinous stuff. Now, obviously, it's not a good thing if you have homeless people at like your place of business and all that kind of stuff, but that's still not a good look. A Louisiana convenience store worker was fired after a video went viral of her tossing a bucket of water on a homeless woman sitting outside the store in below freezing temperatures. Video shows a female employee at the Triple S Food Mart in Baton Rouge confronting a homeless woman who was sitting in front of the store on a brisk 26-degree day over the Christmas holiday weekend. Move, not telling y'all again, move it. The worker can be heard exclaiming in the video, clear out. Abdullah Mufahi, the store owners, fired the employee featured in the video within 24 hours of the video going viral. WAFB reported. The employee, identified by the Daily Mail as 40-year-old Casey Young, posted the video online herself and defended her actions. Young claimed she tried to get the group of homeless people to leave the store's parking lot and called the police. An employee of the convenience store told WAFB that Young was known for feeding homeless people in the area and that she lost her temper the morning the video was taken. Mufahi said during a press conference, "When I got the news, I didn't speak to the employee too much. All I told her was to leave the property because we do not handle situations like that." The employee said the homeless people frequently loiter outside the store, use drugs, and harass customers. Despite this, the store's owner says she should have done anything but what she did. And that's the thing, right? Like, this is the issue. Depending on the state, this might be seemed as like assault, right? Like an attack, which is a massive issue. And pretty much the store owner had to fire her so that he pretty much wouldn't be liable. He's trying to protect his business. The homeless person, I don't know the backstory of the homeless person, but also it's not really a good idea to be loitering around a store, even if it's cold, because it's just going to bring issues. And what the employee did is just horrible, right? Like it's not a good way to handle the situation. It's a pretty bad situation. And here's the thing: it's also an issue because if she did call the police and they didn't do anything, I mean, potentially maybe she could file something against the police department saying like, "Hey, you guys didn't handle this issue, blah blah blah." Maybe she could go take that route. But here's the thing: that lady, the worker, can probably be charged with some sort of crime because of the situation. And the fact that she was so stupid to literally film it herself and upload it herself, yeah, that is that's not that good of an idea, obviously. And the homeless woman shown in the video has since been connected with the proper services to receive assistance. That's pretty nice. And the Baton Rouge Police Department could not confirm whether the employee will face any charges. Now, the employee probably won't face any charges, but it's going to be hard for her to find another job because, one, she recorded this video while she was working, tossing water on a homeless person. Two, her like whole thing has been basically tainted now, right? It's like it's gonna be hard for her to find a good job. I'll put it that way. Let's see. Kudos to owner for firing the offending employee. Sadly, I see ex-employee filing a lawsuit. I'm curious where the ACLU would land on this. Why isn't this being charged as felony assault? She should have been fired. Lack of compassion and empathy, just such a despicable, heartless thing to have done. She should have just stayed on the phone with the cops. Now, that would probably be the best route. And it gets into like a weird situation because I don't know what's like around the store. I don't know. Like, for example, like let's say that you owned a business, like a gas station, for example, and you ended up having like a lot of, I don't know, like kids walking by the gas station away from their like schooling or whatever, right? And you don't want them to have to interact with people who are homeless that are literally shooting up right outside of your store. I could understand maybe you getting like kind of like aggravated, maybe worried, all that sort of stuff, and wanting to like not have that situation happen. I understand that kind of viewpoint, but at the same time, you already had a conversation with the cops, and you should have basically just waited for the cops to pretty much go and like do something. Now, it could be a situation where like basically the cops might have responded to her saying like, "Hey, yeah, if they're not doing anything technically illegal right now, we can't actually go and do anything, so just leave them where they are at." Right? Or basically, like, wait till they end up doing something potentially illegal and then call us and then we'll go and do something. That could have been a situation, and maybe the lady was just so fed up and frustrated over it because the police wouldn't do something. But that doesn't mean that she should put this into her own hands and then think it's a good idea, to film it and all that. The homeless woman shown in the video has since been connected with the proper services to receive assistance. Sounds like the store workers' action forced officials to do something they should have been doing all along. Sounds to me like Mufahi should have promptly handled this situation himself instead of pawning the problem off on his employees. His laxness endangered both his employees and his customers. Maybe he will go out of business. He was not there. Do people read the article before they post? Yeah, it's an ongoing problem. I see a lot of people judging the employee, but not the homeless person. Why? Unless you've worked at a business next to where the homeless congregate or live next to them, don't be so quick to judge. Sure, it's easy to be judgmental from the comfort of some place where you only casually pass by homeless people. Volunteer in a shelter, do you still punch out and go home? A shelter isn't a business anyway. Get up close and personal bleeding hearts, as in where you live or work. You try running a business with these people ruining that. Why didn't this homeless person leave after she was told to do so or asked to do so? I hate the politically correct word homeless. Most are mental patients dumped by society into the street, drug addicts and or both. A compassionate society would go back to institutionalize these people. They are a danger to both society and to themselves. Okay, interesting. So here's the thing. I understand where this person is coming from, and the thing is, like, I understand a worker getting so frustrated at the situation that they're having to deal with that they might just not really be able to handle anymore. The problem, right, is like, one, she viewed that pretty much assaulting the homeless individual was the correct answer, and that she felt so justified in doing so that she literally had herself being recorded assaulting the homeless individual with water and uploaded it herself. Like, that is a That is a series of very bad decisions. So, either way, the business owner needs to do something so that his employees are not forced to deal with a situation like this, right? Now, I don't know what would be a good solution to this, but obviously, whatever he was doing before wasn't really doing anything to prevent this or mitigate this at all.